I am Batman. I mean, Average Sniper.
Hey, what's up, guys? Average Sniper here, and welcome to another episode of Learning to Snipe in Battlefield Hardline. This is a YouTube series where I show you guys, or I share with you guys, my tips on sniping that I learned myself while I learned to snipe in Battlefield Hardline. I have been a first-person shooter sniper for pretty much every video game I've ever played that is a first-person shooter. So anyway, let me tell you real quick, I will be doing a live stream for Battlefield Hardline later tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern, so check out my Twitch account. There's a link right there on the screen, twitch.tv/I'mAverageSniper. And sometimes if Twitch doesn't work, I will live stream to YouTube instead. So check back tonight at 6. If you want to participate in the live stream, maybe join the server and play with me, or just talk to me and other people in the live stream. I've been having a lot of fun doing that. So let's get into this video, this week's episode, or today's episode of Learning to Snipe in Battlefield Hardline. Now I titled this episode Sniper Skills, and the reason I did that is because I get a lot of questions from people in the comments and through email and everything about the best way to go about learning how to snipe. And I would have to say that for me, you just have to jump right into it. You know, no matter how good you are at the game, no matter how long you've played it, if you really want to snipe, then only use the sniper class. I'm not telling you not to use your secondary or anything. I think your secondary weapon is very important. But I'm saying use the recon or professional class in Battlefield 4 or Battlefield Hardline, and make sure you don't use anything else. If you force yourself to always snipe, you will get better at it as long as you try. There's no way you wouldn't get better at it. I see a lot of people, when I look at their stats, you know, they tell me, oh, they've been having trouble sniping, or they're just not getting it. I look at their stats, and they've hardly got any sniper kills at all. You know, when you first start sniping, you're definitely not going to be the best that there is. In fact, if you're not a real experienced sniper, you'll probably be at the bottom of the leaderboards for a while. But that'll all change. Pretty soon you'll start falling into the sniper lifestyle, and you'll be sniping all the time, and the whole way you play the game will change. See, when you're transitioning to be a sniper, or when you're learning from scratch, you really have to kind of develop your own style. And that's what I want to talk to you next. The way you play the game, or the style that you use. I like to move around a lot, but at the same time, I also like to try and be as inconspicuous as possible. Now, if I was using a light machine gun or an assault rifle, I probably wouldn't try to be very stealthy. But when you're sniping, you want to try and be as stealthy as possible. You can choose to be a camper sniper, and there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you're not playing an objective-based game mode where you're supposed to be doing something, and if you are, there's still nothing wrong with that, as long as your teammates are doing the work for you. But one thing I can't stand is when snipers will not play the objective. You know, if you have a supporting team, you should definitely play the objective. And here you'll see I'm playing Bounty Hunter, and I have a very supportive team. They are picking up almost all the tags of the people that I snipe. And that's one thing. If you're sniping in a game mode like this, don't run to pick up the tags that are far away. Just get the ones that are close to you. Know, don't worry about trying to get tags that you snipe somebody 50 meters or further away. You're probably just going to get killed. If you're playing a game mode where like Conquest, you know, that the rules will change a little bit. You can play Conquest pretty actively as a sniper and still do pretty good. But you have to have a supportive team, regardless of whether you're playing Battlefield 4 or Battlefield Hardline. If your team is not supporting you as a sniper, then you might not be able to play the objectives. So, having said that, you have to choose what type of sniper style is best for you. Do you like to be the guy that's way off in the distance, that nobody can see, that, you know, snipes the crap out of them? Or do you want to be the guy that moves in close and gets those close to mid-range sniper kills and is always moving around the map? Now that's kind of what I like to do, and that's why Hotwire is my favorite game mode. But I also like team deathmatch and bounty hunter. Not too much of a conquest player, mainly just because of all the vehicles. I'm not too crazy, about all the vehicles, but I do play it every now and then. I'm a ground soldier, and as you can see, I am a mobile sniper. I like to move around and snipe. Not to say that just because I like to snipe that way doesn't mean I can't switch it up, but because some matches you might find me, really far away, taking those pot shots at people or going for the really long shots. But most of the time, you're going to find me moving around. You're not going to find me in one spot, hiding behind a rock, easy to kill, easy to flank. I'm usually going to be moving around, and that is what works best for me. But it's not necessarily the best way for everyone, and everyone needs to find their own style. So start sniping if you haven't already, and figure out exactly the way that works for you. Maybe you don't know if you want to be that guy way off in the distance, or you want to be that guy that's moving around. But I'll tell you what, if you do move around, probably be a good idea to stay close to your team. Unless your teammates are awful, then you probably want to distance yourself from them as far as you possibly can. Ever since I transitioned from Call of Duty to Battlefield, I noticed that the team play is very important. You need to stay close to your teammates. You need to play as a team. Not so much in Battlefield Hardline as much as in Battlefield 4, but the same principle applies to Battlefield Hardline. So if you're going to move around, move with your team, or you better be a stealthy ninja sniper. So basically, just keep trying. If you're starting to snipe and you're having trouble, even if you're doing good, just keep trying and force yourself, no matter how big or small the map is that you're playing, to always use the professional or recon class. That's what I do, and it has really worked out for me. Whenever I start playing a new game that I'm really interested in, that's what I do. Now let me say something else. If you're sniping and you're not enjoying it, sniping might not be for you. It's not for everybody, just like a light machine gun, shotgun, or assault rifle might not be for everybody. That's why you have different weapons to choose from. And I do not think any less of people that don't snipe. The only time I get a little upset or perturbed is when you have people that are professionals at the game, really good, but they still choose to use like the easiest weapon that there is. And you might say, well, sniper rifles are easy because they're one-shot kill. And I mean, while there might be a little bit of truth to that, you really have to know what you're doing in order to get that one-shot kill, because you only have one chance. If you're using a light machine gun, assault rifle, what have you, you can miss the first 3 bullets no problem. If you miss the first bullet with a sniper rifle and you're not close enough to hit them with your secondary, you're usually going to get killed. So being a sniper requires a lot of accuracy, which brings me to my last point. You really want to work on your accuracy. When you're using a weapon that sprays, you can afford to miss the first couple shots and actually get your aim working while you're shooting bullets or burst firing. If you're sniping, you can't really afford to miss that first shot unless they're too far away to effectively shoot back at you. If you're going to be a mobile sniper, accuracy is probably the most important thing you can practice. So I would try, what I do if I'm having trouble with my accuracy, or if I'm learning to snipe in a new video game, is I try my best not to take any shots that I know are going to miss. And you might say, well, why would you ever take a shot that you know is going to miss? Well, you might not consciously do it, but your thumbs will do it for you. Guaranteed. Your thumbs, you might know in your brain that you're going to miss the shot, but your finger will pull the trigger anyway. Tell me how many times that's happened to you. It's happened to me a lot. You just pull the trigger even though you know you're going to miss. A guy's running, he goes behind a wall, bam, you pull the trigger even though you knew you were going to miss. Try not to do that. It gives your position away, and it makes you more vulnerable while you're using a bolt action sniper rifle and having to put a new bullet into the chamber. So I think a lot of people don't talk about that enough, is how accurate you need to be, and not just, accurate as in you can aim straight at the enemy, but accurate to be able to control yourself not to take those shots you know you're going to miss. So I really hope this helps you guys. I know I'm not a teacher or anything like that. I'm simply trying to tell you guys how I do it, because that seems to be what you want to hear whenever I get questions like that. So the question I want to answer today that I've got asked the most is how long does it take to become a good sniper? There's no answer for that. It takes however long it takes based on how you play and who you are. Tune into the live stream tonight at 6 p.m. guys, twitch.tv/I'mAverageSniper. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please like and leave me some comments, and I will do my best to reply. Thanks, guys. I'll see you on the next episode.
Subscribe or die, motherfucker!